Russia's invasion of Ukraine is presently in its 6th month, and for the first time since the invasion began on the 24th of February in 2022, the American Secretary of State Antony Blinken has said that he will be speaking to his Russian counterpart Sergei Lavrov in the coming next few days. On the agenda will be the issue of facilitating the release of the American women's national basketball star Brittany Griner, who's won 2 Olympic gold medals and also the WNBA championship. She was arrested on the 17th of February at the Moscow airport when the customs officials said that they found vape cartridges containing cannabis oil in her luggage. And apart from Griner, Blinken will also be talking to Lavrov about the release of Paul Whelan, who happens to be a US citizen and a former Marine. The Whelan has been in Russian custody since December 2018 when he had visited Russia for a friend's wedding. He was convicted in a Russian court on charges of espionage and was sentenced to 16 years in prison in 2020. The 2 Americans have been detained by Moscow.
In the coming days, I expect to speak with Russian Foreign Minister Lavrov for the first time since the war began. I plan to raise an issue that's a top priority for us: the release of Americans Paul Whelan and Brittany Griner, who've been wrongfully detained and must be allowed to come home.
And Blinken has further reiterated on how the United States has put forward a substantial offer to Russia on the issue of prisoners, and the government in America had repeatedly communicated on that proposal to Russia. Now, according to reports, the Biden administration has proposed returning convicted arms merchant Victor Bout to Russia in exchange for the release of 2 detained Americans.
There was a substantial proposal on the table weeks ago to facilitate their release. Our governments have communicated repeatedly and directly on that proposal.
And apart from this, Blinken is also expected to talk on the Ukrainian grain export deal and the ongoing Russian invasion of Ukraine when he holds the telephonic conversation with Sergei Lavrov. Now, according to the White House, the American President Joe Biden is also directly involved in this proposal and is willing to take some extraordinary steps to bring back these 2 detained Americans.
That the president and his team are willing to take extraordinary steps to bring our people home, as we've demonstrated with Trevor Reed. And that's what we're doing right here. It's actively happening now. This has been at the top of the mind for the president and for his whole national security team. He receives regular updates about the status of our negotiations to secure Brittany and Paul's release, as well as other U.S. nationals who are wrongfully detained or held hostage in Russia, and I might add, around the world as well.
Meanwhile, there's also a sense of urgency to bring the 2 Americans back home, as the White House is facing growing public scrutiny from the families of the Americans who've been unlawfully detained abroad. WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.